Alright, welcome back, guys. Today we're taking a look at this really cool riff from Faster Pussycat. These guys were part of that 80s, mid-80s to late 80s glam metal, glam rock movement that came out of the Sunset Strip. And this is from their second album, Wake Me When It's Over. And the song is Where There's a Whip, There's a Way. And this is such a great, cool, bluesy riff. And I'm going to show you actually not just the main riff, but the chorus, the pre-chorus as well. So you'll have a really good grasp of this entire song as we go along here. So hang on for that. Before we get started, check down in the description. I've got a free gift for you called 5 blistering licks to light up your fretboard. Very cool stuff. Style of Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads, George Lynch, and some other guys. 5 cool licks, tab, Guitar Pro, in video. Check those out down below. Also, if you're looking for the tab and Guitar Pro for this, head over to my Patreon page. There's a link also in the description for Patreon. Head over there and you'll see the tab and Guitar Pro for this lesson as well. Alright, so this, like I said, this came in 1989, and second album, guitar players were Steele and Brent Muscat, and I don't think either one's in the band currently. I think they got some new guys in there. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen them lately, so I'm not sure what the current lineup. Of course, they have the inimitable Tammy Down on vocals. Hard to replace that guy. He's got a very distinct voice. But I always like these guys. Now, you know, a lot of it's tongue-in-cheek lyrically, and might or might not be your cup of tea, but these guys do this stuff really well. It's kind of a cross between punk, glam, and hard rock all mixed together with some bluesy elements. And this particular song and riff, Where There's a Whip, is really well put together, I think. So let's get started. This is in standard tuning, and it's got 2 guitar parts. So you saw the little mini me up in the right hand corner, I guess it would be that way, the right hand corner, playing the what I'll call the second guitar part. Let's start with that because it's a little bit simplified than the main guitar. So it starts out doing this rhythm. Right, and that's all just all on the low E. Basically, I'm just playing the low E string. It's that rhythm, and I'm playing down, 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 up, down, up, down. Now that's going on while the main guitar is doing this. Okay, and so that part, I'm just playing the open high E string, 3rd fret on the B, and then the 4th fret on the G string. Just kind of holding it down like that, and letting that ring together. It's got a really cool ring to it. This is in the key of E minor here, so you get that really bluesy, you know, kind of that double stop thing. We're just playing this strings one by one, and then so the 2 guitar parts together kind of would sound like that. And then the motif comes in here, which I think is brilliant. Just love that. And the second guitar is doing that same rhythm underneath this. So we start out on these double stops. Double stops are 2 notes played at the same time, and this is going to be a B note on the 4th fret G, and then a D note on the 3rd fret B. Play those together, kind of muting that. Then move it down a half step, and then we're going to so that when you move it down, it'll be 3 on the G, 2 on the B, and then 2 and 2 on the G and B. So and then open D, G and B, and then the 2nd fret on the D string. That's your E note. That sort of caps it off. That. So I do hear like some open strings. It's kind of just rock and roll. So you hear some muted stuff, and you might hear like kind of the open there as you're going to the next shape. So I did write that in the tab just in case. I think it's in there sometimes. So it's in there if you want to play it. Otherwise, you can just go from the one shape to the next. Now, on the first time it does this. So it's, and that's just a trill between the 2nd note on the D string, pulling off to the open string. I'd use your index here. You could also use your middle if you want. And then it repeats here. And it has a hard stop there. So, and then we come in with the main riff. All right, so as I said, this is the key of E. There's 2 very similar guitar parts. The main guitar does this. All right, this is super cool and super simple, but very creative, because what we're doing is we're playing the open E string with this rhythm. So that's twice on the open E. Slide up on the 3rd fret. This is a low E string from 3 to 5. And then while you're on the 5, also hit the open A string. And then come back to the 3rd fret on the low E and play 3rd fret to open. Kind of a slight little quarter bend there. 2nd fret on the D string. So all that together would be. Do it again. But at the end, you're going to play open E and 5D, 7 on the A with a little vibrato. Okay, so here's that whole riff together. All right, so what we have then is the next part, which is back to the main thing where it's gonna all right, so the 2nd guitar is basically doing this riff. Very similar. Instead of doing, you're just ending with on the low E string. So that's usually, when you're listening to the song, we've already covered all of the parts so far. They're just kind of rearranged in a different order. So on the verse, for example, it goes. be the pre-chorus. Chorus. Alright, so the pre-chorus section would be, we're just going to an A chord there, A power chord. Then back to the riff. You'll see this reflected in the tab. Then it has this little, and that's just the open G, open D and G, second fret D and G, third fret D and G, back to second fret D and G, back to the open. And that resolves to a B power chord, which builds into the chorus. So. Now the chorus, cool riff here, and by the way, I'm using mostly downstrokes on all of this. It's at a tempo that's fairly slow, medium, and it's not hard to play this stuff with all downstrokes, which I would recommend for the most part. All right, so here's the chorus riff. This is a key change, by the way. They're going from E into F sharp. So. Then you're into the next verse. So that is, let's see, so we come out of the, it's second fret on the low E, then go down to the D string and play 4, 2 on the D also, and 4, 3 on the A, open A, second fret on the A. Kind of unusual there. Back to the F sharp, A power chord, B power chord. Here's the riff again. That is all of the main riffs for Where There's a Whip, There's a Way by Faster Pussycat. Great tune. Wake Me When It's Over. There's a lot of really strong songs on there. I think overall that's probably my favorite album from them. First time I heard these guys was on their self-titled debut album, and they were definitely a little bit more raw there, with a little bit more of the glammy stuff. This one I think is stronger. Second album, stronger overall with the songs, and just the performances I think are really good. And I still think it's their best album. So anyway, go check this out if you're into it, and check this riff out, man. It's fun to play. And make sure and grab the tab over at Patreon and my free gift, 5 blistering licks, right down there below in the description. I'll see you next time. Rock on.